Swartz Creek, Michigan is located about 10 miles southwest from downtown Flint. And if you were to look up information about Swartz Creek on Michigan.gov, you would think that Swartz Creek is southeast of Flint. That's why I'm here. It's southwest. I begin the video heading southwest on Miller Road from the interchange with I-69. Generally speaking, Swartz Creek happens to be one of the nicer Flint suburbs. And me personally, if I were to live in Genesee County, Swartz Creek would be on my short list of places to consider. As we continue to drive through, you'll see that Swartz Creek ain't nothing too fancy, but it doesn't belong on an episode of the Trailer Park Boys either. Everything seems to look simple, nice, and clean in this good old boy town, that's for sure. And we all know that that is what appeals to every Midwesterner. And it's true that some people might automatically be turned away from thinking positively about anywhere in Genesee County due to Flint's water crisis, but as I've said throughout many of my videos, the water crisis only affected the city of Flint, along with a few homes and businesses located right outside of the city limits that happen to be hooked up to Flint's water system. And even though the Flint River passes by Swartz Creek to the north, this town doesn't get its water from the Flint River, even though the Flint River isn't as polluted as everyone thinks it is. But no, Swartz Creek gets its water from Lake Huron, just like everyone else in Genesee County does these days. So now we're approaching Swartz Creek's little downtown area, but we're going to bypass it for now and head through on the main street towards the end of the video. Swartz Creek has never been a big place. It's always been relatively small, and it wasn't until the 1970s when it started to see suburban-like growth, as that's around the same time that everyone started to put Flint in the rearview mirror and start making a new home in the suburbs. Even today, there's still some new subdivisions that are being built in Swartz Creek and in the immediate surrounding area. That's despite Genesee County's ongoing population decline. A lot of the newer housing in Swartz Creek, though, is cookie cutter and is made of cheaper materials. So if you're just wanting something affordable so that you can afford your brand new hunkin' pickup truck, then Swartz Creek might be the place for you. But if you're looking for larger new homes that are built of better quality, you'll have to head south to either Grand Blanc or Fenton. As we turn here, we'll be making our way towards the middle school. Today, Swartz Creek is home to just under 6,000 residents, and the median household income is $58,000 per year. 21% of adults 25 and older hold a bachelor's degree or higher, and the median value of owner-occupied housing units is $125,000, which is a very low number, and it backs up what I was saying about the housing being built cheaply here. Anyway, last but not least, the poverty rate is 7%, and when it comes to the crime rates, Swartz Creek is pretty safe overall. The violent crime rate is well below average, while the property crime rate is right around average. Niche.com rates the public schools as a B-, while Area Vibes gives the town a livability score of 71 out of 100. Speaking of Niche.com public school rankings, to the right is Swartz Creek Middle School. And to the left, just past the middle school, is Swartz Creek High School, home of the Dragons. The school enrolls around 1,000 students annually. So yes, today Swartz Creek is a safe and affordable place to live. However, the housing is so cheap that it kind of seems too good to be true, right? I mean, the cost of housing is one of those stats that will often tell you most of what you need to know about an area. And usually if housing is cheap, there's something undesirable about that area. For example, the median home price in Swartz Creek is lower than the median home price for all of Genesee County, and the median home price for Genesee County is pretty low to start out with. And it's weird because Swartz Creek is one of the better communities within the county. You know, the toughest thing about living in not only Swartz Creek, but in all of Genesee County would be finding a good paying job, as it's still the Flint metro area, so don't forget about that. And Swartz Creek also lacks amenities that other suburban areas offer, whether it's shopping or entertainment. So if you want more than just a Meijer and a Kroger store, then you'll have to drive a little bit further to get to anything of note. Because the most entertainment that you'll find on a Saturday night in Swartz Creek is a group of teenagers playing Ding Dong Ditch. So, I mean, unless you're just like any other good old boy Hilljack and you're happy drinking PBR while hanging out at the local fishing hole, then it's going to be tough to find things to do in this small town.
How dare you say that? There's plenty of things to do here in Swartz Creek. We have the hometown days and a Christmas parade held here every year.
Oh yes. You know you're in small town America when locals think that their local parade or festival is the best thing since sliced bread. Here's the thing. Just about every small town across America has some sort of parade and festival, so having one doesn't make you special or unique.
Nope.
Sorry, Karens. Anyway, in Swartz Creek, the Hometown Days is held during the first week of June. At least it will be for 2023. The town celebrates with quirky circus acts, carnival ride setups, and fireworks, so that's all good and dandy. The town also has a Christmas parade. Yippee! So if you want your kids to come sit on a perverted Santa Claus's lap, might as well visit Swartz Creek during Christmas. Actually, yeah, probably not. Yeah, don't do that. Sorry, Swartz Creek. If you're wanting a festive Christmas experience, what you should do is head north and visit the more touristy Frankenmuth. But of course, watch out for the perverted Santa Clauses, because there's going to be a lot of them there. When it comes to the history of Swartz Creek, the place was founded in 1836 by a German pioneer named Adam Miller, and it was called the Miller Settlement. With that said, you can probably connect the dots as to why the main east and west road through town is named Miller Road. In 1842, a post office was established here, and it was named after the creek that ran through town, and gradually over time, it became accepted that the community would be called Swartz Creek. And in 1877, the village of Swartz Creek was officially platted. Fast forwarding a century now, as in 1959, Swartz Creek became a city. During the 1950s, Swartz Creek really wanted to incorporate as a city because General Motors was trying to incorporate all of the surrounding populated area into Flint as a part of a plan called New Flint. This meant that the Flint city limits would cover most of the populated area of Genesee County, so if that were to have gone through, the Flint city limits would cover areas that we know today as Burton, Genesee Charter Township, Beecher, Mount Morris Charter Township, Flint Township, and Swartz Creek. Maybe even Grand Blanc and Davison. Well, that idea was in place because General Motors was building new facilities outside of the city limits, as that was the land that was available and it was cheaper. General Motors wanted Flint to collect the tax revenue from these new facilities because they knew that building these facilities outside of the city limits and decentralizing their workforce would have a negative tax revenue impact on Flint. However, Swartz Creek, along with most of the other outlying communities, fought against it, and Swartz Creek did so by becoming its own city. While doing so, Swartz Creek made sure to gobble up the land that GM was building a newer facility on, and today, that facility is called the Flint Processing Center. That plant opened in 1958, and it's been in continuous operation ever since. So if you're in Swartz Creek and you're appalled by the notion of me or anyone else calling you a suburb of Flint, well, your biggest employer is General Motors, and the facility in town is called the Flint Processing Center, not the Swartz Creek Processing Center. But hey, at least you get to collect the tax revenue from it. And to the right, it looks like this might have been the original elementary school, maybe middle school. It's a pretty small building for it to be the original high school, but maybe it was that too. But now it's the offices for the school district. So now we're approaching Swartz Creek's downtown area, which is tiny, only 1 block long on either side of Miller Road. There's also not much here, it's just kinda blah. There's a couple of restaurants, but honestly, I don't see much of a reason for anyone to come and visit, and mostly everyone else's downtown area has more to offer than what we see here with Swartz Creek. You know, this place makes Flushing look like Manhattan's 5th Avenue. Okay, yeah, maybe not quite that, but you get the point. So all in all, Swartz Creek is a nice, affordable, and safe place to live in Genesee County, and it should be on everyone's list of places to move to if they're needing to move to the Flint area. However, it's also nothing glamorous, and some people like that. Some people, though, are snobs like me and want fancier things. Both are okay. If you don't care about housing with cheap-looking siding and a Meijer, Kroger, and fast food joints being the only games in town, then Swartz Creek might be for you. Because sometimes boring is good, and it keeps everyone else away. Plus, you'll save a lot of money living in a place like Swartz Creek. It's also a safe community, so if you live here, you won't have to worry about crime being much of an issue. This place doesn't seem to really appeal to anyone other than families for all those reasons I mentioned, so if you're a young and single adult, stay away. Stay far away. Unless you like to pick up your dates at Meijer or Kroger or the drive-thru line at McDonald's or Tinder, because those are really your only options. And with that said, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, as doing all of those things helps these videos destroy the evil monster that is the YouTube algorithm. Also make sure to hit that notification bell so that you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy checking out some of the featured playlists on this channel. Videos with amazing insights on other places like what you saw here can be found in my Michigan playlist, my USA Small Town playlist, or in my Flint playlist. Last but not least, if you can't get enough of me on here, you can always go follow me on my other social media accounts, and those links are below. We'll see you next time. Peace.